But that's pretty cool, so this is my first line. Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So I'm just going to introduce myself really fast if you're just finding my channel now. My name is Heather Manning. I'm the author of 2, almost 3 books. My current series is the Ladies of the Caribbean series. Swept to Sea and Carried Home are already published, so go check them out below. And Tossed Together is coming in the end of 2018. It's a fun series full of adventure and clean romance set in the Caribbean. My English ladies find themselves trapped, landed, stuck, found in the Caribbean, and they want to get home for the most part. I bet they end up falling in love and maybe sticking around in the Caribbean. But anyway, so for today's video, I thought that I would share with you the first lines of my books, because first lines are really important and they're always very fascinating to me. I normally will just read and I'm reading, but then I think, oh yeah, I'm an author, first lines are important. I look back at the first line and I'm like, how did that get me to keep reading? So I'm going to read my first lines to you. I'm actually going to read my first three or 4 lines from each of my books so you kind of get a full feel. I kind of like short first lines, and then my first paragraph is always really interesting. But I'm not going to read you my whole first paragraphs, because if you want to keep reading, you've got to go check out my books for yourself. Anyway, oh, do you like my Snow White shirt? Is it fun? I got it from the Disney store and I'm in love with it. I've been wanting it for like almost a whole year. What was that noise? Why do I always hear random noises? If you watch my channel, like, comment how many times you've heard me say, what was that noise? Anyway, so I'm going to tell you about the first lines of my books. First of all, we have Swept to Sea, which is about Lady Eden Trenton, who stows away on a pirate ship to escape her abusive fiancé. And she falls in love with the handsome captain of that pirate ship. Anyway, this is my first line, and I wrote this line, I think I was 14 years old. And I'm 21 now, by the way. I wrote when I was 14 years old, and it actually won a contest for like a first impressions kind of contest in a national writing group that had been around. It's no longer around, but that's pretty cool. So this is my first line. Lady Eden Trenton dashed into her bedchamber and slammed the oak door. That's my first line. I'm going to read the next 2 lines for you so you can get the full taste. The bang sent an echo through the chilled room. A loud crash sounded behind her, but she did not care. So that's pretty fun. If you want to know more, keep reading, but basically Eden is running into her room, kind of Disney princess-esque, to go cry, but also to think of a plan, because she's not just a ditzy Disney princess, she is a smart one, and she's going to find a way out of this situation. I love that first line. It's pretty fun. And it's the first line I actually cared about when I wrote and paid attention to. Anyway, so moving on, Carried Home is the second book in the Tossed Together series. Tossed Together series? This Ladies of the Caribbean series. I'm sorry, I was reading Tossed Together. Anyway, and this is where Ivy Shaw is trying to get back home because she ended up stranded in the Caribbean. And she has a younger brother who she's really worried about because her mom is ill and her dad's not very good at taking care of him, and she wants to get home to take care of him because she's got some trust issues. Anyway, so this is my first line. It is just in quotations. We simply cannot. And then I'm going to read the next lines for you. We simply cannot, Lady Ivy Shaw panicked. She had spent far too much time away from her home in England, far too much time away from her family. So that's kind of fun when you really get a taste of Ivy there. She really tries hard to be proper, but when it comes to her family and she's worried about them, she will let you know that she's worried. Anyway, let's look. So my next one is Tossed Together. This book is not out yet, and this book actually starts a little bit before the ending of the last book, so the readers will all of you know something that that Amy doesn't know in this. So Amy is also stuck in the Caribbean. Her friend kind of ditched her friend Ivy, to go home really fast, and she's like, no, I'm going to stay here. And so she's all alone with this man that she really does not get along well with, because she's kind of spoiled and he hates that she's spoiled. So she's the baby of her family, got lots of older brothers, and she loves everything frilly and fancy and is very spoiled. Okay, so my first line is, Lady Amy Dawson skidded to a stop to avoid smacking into the burly man who had stomped out right in front of her. That's my first line. And then going on. A glance backwards told her that she had lost Captain Matthew Emery a while ago, which was good. Now that's my first line where my two characters actually know each other. All of the other ones I haven't met yet. So he's kind of included in that too. If you haven't noticed, I like to include my characters' full names to give you a feel of who they are, because I think their names really describe them well. And so yeah, that's my toss together. Look forward to that coming at the end of this year. And then I'm going to read you my work in progress, and this is a work in progress. Also, toss togethers could change because it's not been fully edited yet. But anyway, this one is definitely a work in process. Work in process. This is actually my first draft, and it's not even finished, but I'll give you a sneak peek. And this one is, the first scene is set in 2018. Ember Dixon nudged her stubborn hair behind her ear and added one final pen stroke to her sketchbook. That's my first line. She had to admit the thought of being stood up on this date was a relief to her. She had only agreed to it so her friend would stop nagging her about being single. So that really gives you a taste for her personality too. I kind of just wrote that. I didn't even know who Ember was at that point. She had a different name back then. And it was really fun. You really get a taste for who she is. You get to tell that this is modern times, not a historical novel at that point. It will go back in history. It's time travel. But anyway, yeah, I love writing first lines. Ever since I won a contest for one, I know that sounds conceited, but ever since I won a contest for one, I've been obsessed with them. So, hold on, let me cross that off. I did that. Anyway, well, you don't need to see me doing my to-do list. Anyway, that's my video of first lines. If you liked it, please comment. Please hit the like button. And please subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I want you to see them all right when they come out. So please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get a notification every time I post those new videos. Thank you so much for watching.